Welcome back to Markets Forward. Time to take stock of all the top corporate voices of the day. Cyient is betting on its recent acquisition of AI-native platform Tao to drive future growth as the company guides for mid-single-digit growth in FY27. Speaking to CNBC TV18, the company's management said that the acquisition is expected to start contributing meaningfully to earnings from FY28. The management added that the company continues to see weak demand in its energy business segment.
Okay, we also spoke to the management of Asian Paints. Skew for FY26, and the management told CNBC TV18 that the price hikes undertaken so far are adequate for the current environment. However, the company indicated that it may consider further price increases if geopolitical volatility intensifies. Management also flagged continued competitive pressure through FY27 and said it would assess market conditions and business performance on a quarter-by-quarter basis and depending on the ongoing global uncertainty.
And real estate developer Max Estates Noida sales have crossed 1,800 crore rupees despite the West Asia conflict. Speaking to CNBC TV18, the company's management said that it is planning to monetize its 17,200 crore rupee portfolio over the next 3 years. The management further added that demand was increasingly coming in from end users rather than speculative buyers. Lastly, the management held back on providing fresh guidance, citing current global uncertainties.
Okay, and with that, we're absolutely out of time on this edition of Markets Forward on CNBC TV18. Thank you so much for tuning in. After the break, we'll be back and there'll be more on news, updates, everything on the other side.
Co-powered by SBI, the banker to every Indian. Truly.
Any economy where women are part of decision making, that society, that country is bound to do better.
This country has 6 million tech workers. At least 35% of it is women.
The next horizon of growth for this nation will come from much more engagement of the female population of this country.
Three words that are told to women at every step of life that prevent them from becoming who they become are kya zarurat hai.
Presented by HSBC. Co-presented by Cognizant. Powered by Reliance Industries. Industry partner Vicky.
Hello and welcome to India Business Hour. I'm Ashmit Kumar. Here are the headlines that we're tracking this evening. Iran stops all negotiations with the US and threatens to completely block the Strait of Hormuz, according to the state media. This comes after US struck military targets inside Iran and Israel orders a new bombing campaign in Lebanon. Crude oil prices climb more than 6%. Sensex and Nifty failed to hold on to opening gains and end near the low point of the day. Nifty drops below 23,500. Mid-cap see sharper cuts. Rupee remains around the 95 mark against the dollar. The chairman of Tata Trusts, Noel Tata, writes to the RBI opposing the listing of Tata Sons, says going public will risk its philanthropic mandate. Tata Sons chairman Chandrasekaran is non-committal on the listing. That's a money control exclusive. India and the US begin a 4-day talks in New Delhi to finalize the details of an interim trade agreement. US delegation is led by Chief Negotiator Brendan Lynch. Commerce Minister Goyal says the broader issues have been finalized, adds that smaller details like commas and full stops were being negotiated. World's most valuable company, Nvidia, takes AI to the personal computer, unveils RTX Spark superchip for laptops and desktops, set to launch later this year in new Windows PCs from Microsoft, Dell, HP, Lenovo, and others. SoftBank pledges to invest 75 billion euros to build AI infrastructure in France. This will be the company's biggest investment outside the US. SoftBank also surpasses Toyota as the most valuable company in Japan. Industrial output grows 4.9% in April on robust capital goods and manufacturing performance, but mining growth contracts. This is the first set of data with FY23 as the new base year and includes gas, water, sewage and waste management activities. Automobile sales top street estimates in May. Passenger cars see robust domestic sales growth on the back of low base. Commercial vehicles underperform. Tractors see strong growth and a positive trend ahead. The RBI is unlikely to hike rates in the upcoming monetary policy this week. CNBC TV 18 Citizens Monetary Policy Committee votes unanimously for a status quo amidst geopolitical tensions and adverse monsoon forecast. Technical issues continue to plague the CBSE re-evaluation portal for Class 12 students. The website was supposed to go live today after crashing on the 19th of May due to heavy traffic. More than 4 lakh students have applied for re-evaluation. The United States has no leverage on China, and Trump returned empty-handed from Beijing, says renowned American economist Jeffrey Sachs. Adds that India should not side with the US against China, says Trump needs India more than India needs the US. That's an exclusive. RCB fans celebrate a second straight IPL victory indoors. No victory parade in Bengaluru after 11 fans were killed in a stampede last year during the celebrations. New Chief Minister of Karnataka, D.K. Shivkumar, is also expected to be sworn in this week. Well, the top story tonight, crude prices are surging as Iran reportedly pulled the plug on negotiations with the US over Israel's actions in Lebanon. Here are the latest developments. Iranian state media has said that Tehran has stopped exchanging messages with the US and threatened to block the Strait of Hormuz completely. This after Iran's foreign minister pushed back on the escalation of strikes in Lebanon by Israel. In a post on social media, he said, and I quote, "The ceasefire between Iran and the US is unequivocally a ceasefire on all fronts, including the Lebanon." End of quote. Now, the breakdown in negotiations follows Israel's expansion of its invasion of Lebanon, despite global condemnation. France has called for an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council after Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu ordered evacuation in southern Beirut. This is the most serious escalation in Lebanon since the ceasefire was agreed upon on 17th of April. This comes amidst fresh skirmishes between Iran and the US. The US carried out strikes on Iranian military targets over the weekend. The Pentagon claimed that the attacks were in response to what it called aggressive Iranian actions, including the downing of a US drone operating over international waters. In response, Iranian forces targeted a US military base. US forces said that it successfully intercepted 2 Iranian ballistic missiles targeting American personnel stationed in Kuwait. Kuwait's foreign ministry has condemned what it calls heinous and repeated Iranian attacks.
We're focused on being postured and prepared to re-engage if we have to. I mean, this is a high-stakes negotiation. We've got the best negotiator in the world leading it. Iran may not want to give up their nuclear ambitions, but we believe at the table they can and will over time, given the right set of incentives. But the most powerful incentive is the capabilities we have there right now.